Welcome back to Spooktacular Halloween! I'm so pleased to be here this week. This is our finale, and thanks to Crafty Michelle, we've had an amazing collaboration. Hey y'all, welcome back. It's Wagman510, and I'm sorry that I had to miss you last week. I just had a glue issue, as many of you found out. And so I gave a lot of thought to this week and what I wanted to share with you. And I have to tell you, after a lot of thought, I've decided to show you two projects. One that was inspired by Susan Tootsie Tucker. Hey Susan! And she's on this collab, and you definitely want to check out her project because Susan has just lit every pumpkin on fire, or she's rattled every skeleton. So Susan inspired me because she's been doing a lot of no paper left behind. And as y'all, or many of you know, not all know, but many of you know, I had to buy this paper pad here in Canada, and I really didn't like it. And I bought it for packaging, mostly. But I felt kind of badly afterwards because like a lot of 6x6s, you know, there's always one or two sheets you don't like. Well, in this, it was like 3/4 I didn't like. So I was like, are you actually sorry? All that's chopping in the background is the bestie. I wanted to figure out, like, what would I be able to use it or not? And to be honest with you, I'm not as happy with this project, but I'm going to share it with you because there is only one sheet of paper left behind, and I'm going to use it in the mailing of the piece. So it's going to be no paper left behind. This is it, folks. I used every sheet in the pad. And that's really thanks to Susan Tootsie Tucker, who's been heavily promoting, if you buy the pad, you got to use it. And I thought long and hard about it this week. And it was hard. I'm going to take you through it. That was actually the longer project. The shorter project that I'm going to start off with today is this cute little coffin box. And I wish I had a better camera here. When I get home, y'all know I'm getting a new laptop with a new setup. You can see a bit of it. What I did was I first painted it in this awesome turquoisey blue, this sort of pasteloine blue, and then I glittered it all up as well. And you can see that in certain angles, but the whole box, folks, is glittery. And I did that with a little of this inexpensive Walmart mixed with the blue paint to give it that kind of glossy finish. But on my camera, you can't see that. This was a super quick project. This is 2 hours and under. You need time for the paint to dry. You need time then to set the glue glitter into the paint. And then basically it was just layering up. What made this tough is that I'm at the very end of my ephemera, and I had almost no ephemera left. And it was from different collections. And originally I thought I was going to do a sequin coffin. And I actually came up with that before I saw Tony Craft Purge's video. But I did a prototype this week, and I didn't love it. So I decided, you know what, no, you want to do something a little cleaner. This is this little box I made for a holder of a special treat for Miss Sabrina, who is recovering from surgery. That's why there's a big old owl on the top, because she is an owl fanatic. And so I thought she would like this. And this is really just clean and simple. It's a mix of different collections. This is Spooky Boo. This is from that paper pad I didn't care for called Mischief Manor from Michaels. This is from Hey Pumpkin by Crepe Paper. This is from Hey Pumpkin. Oh no, I think that's actually from Spooky Boo. And then there is one of those skeletons that I hauled here at the Dollarama. This Thrills was sent to me by a wonderful subscriber, so I have no idea what collection it's from. It may be part of that Kaneko that I loved, because it had that glitter on it also. And this piece was also sent to me by an amazing subscriber, so I can't tell you what collection it came from. So this is a hodgepodge of leftover ephemera, and when you see the project I'm not as happy with that did take all week, I'm going to tell you not only is this no paper left behind, folks, it's no ephemera left behind. So that means I have 0 ephemera for my Halloween stash for next year, and I do not have any paper. But that's okay, because that means I'm starting over, and I think I have an idea now of the kind of paper and ephemera I want to put in my stash, so I can buy it post-Halloween, as long as I buy it by November. All right, y'all, so that's the little coffin box. That was the quick project, 2 hours and under. Let me show you the major project that I'm not that thrilled with. So y'all know one of the things that I make a lot of is when I send gifts, and I took the goodies out because in case the subscriber guesses who they are, I don't want them to know what their treats are. So I tend to build these little tag flip books when I'm sending out gifts. And the last time I did one for Miss Heather Manning, because I didn't really have any paper or ephemera left, I just did it one-sided. But this time I actually used every last piece and made it double-sided, and I'll take you through it. But in between these are goodies, and I just took them out because I think the subscriber might be able to guess that she's getting this. So the front is pretty simple. I took a piece of the Misfit paper that I really didn't like, scrunched it up, sprayed it with water, then I ripped it and I shredded all the edges with a pair of scissors and distressed it all the way around. Then I glued it down, but I didn't glue it down so it's flat. It's actually dimensional, so there are pockets that lift up. That's on purpose. And that's laid over the Misfit paper that I did like that said Boo with a little bit of the holographics peeking through because I wanted to match this Happy Halloween piece that I cut apart from the paper collection and I propped up on a foam dot. This is just a little fan I made a la Adriana Alvarez, and Miss Lily does it too, Crafting with Liller. And I actually originally had the cat and the potion bottle from Spooky Boo propped up on it, but it was too much. So I flattened it a bit. You can see it's quite dimensional though still, so that the cat actually comes forward, so does the potion bottle, but not as much as this piece. And then I attached one of those Tim Holtz-esque mini eyes that I hauled in the Holy Land. And I did glitter up the cat, not that you can kind of see it on the camera, but it doesn't show well. And in the back here I also splatter painted. So that's side one. Not loving the cover, I gotta be honest, not loving it. But this is part of using every last sheet of paper in Ephemera. That means the ones you don't like, you're using. I don't mind this one. This one is, again, the Misfit paper, a cut apart that an amazing subscriber sent me. This is from the Spooky Boo collection from Crafting with Liller. This is from Hey Pumpkin. So, and that's put on there. And then the next one, I don't mind the next one. I made a shaker on top of the holographic Boo. I overlaid with the shaker a large spider web, and I propped up on a foam dot a little ghosty ghost. And on the flip side, Elisa likes this one. My bestie likes that one. I kept this clean and simple. I tried this all different ways with a whole bunch of stuff on it. What I did was I laid over a piece of silver sparkly tulle that matched really well with the holographic paper to give it some texture, and then I overlaid this banner piece that just is holographic beware. I actually liked it best with nothing else on it. I tried all sorts of things in the prototyping, and this was my favorite way. Which isn't that exciting, but it's how I liked it best. And then the last tag in this gift flip is a piece of the Spooky Boo covered up again with one of the black skeletons, a Boo over Boo paper, but this actually comes out and it has, the ghost comes out and it has my little information on it for this particular subscriber who may not have my information. So there you go. And on the back of this one is just a pocket with a cat and a bag of apple cinnamon tea that always makes me think of fall in Canada, so I went and hauled that from Stash. It's funny that the tea's called Stash, because maybe the person will put it in their stash with the cat. And I just built a little pocket of the leftover holographic paper. I built a tassel out of leftover ribbons and trim that matched the collection, and I may hang a charm. I'm not sure. I didn't love the charm on it at first, and I really debated whether or not to use this sparkly purple spider on it. There were a couple of places I thought about using it, but when I actually put it together, I didn't like it. It was too much. So that, folks, is the Gifty Flip. That's probably my favorite page, and this is probably my second favorite. I've learned that in these, I really like a clean and simple. So this took the week because I had to prototype and I had to figure out how to use up these pieces that I didn't really care for. But one of the challenges of doing no ephemera, no paper left behind is you gotta use it all. And that, folks, officially cleans out my Halloween stash. I have nada left. I'm starting all fresh for next year. I want to send a special thank you to Crafty Michelle. She has not only been uber supportive, but she's been super organized and a wonderful collab leader. Thank you. And please don't forget to check out all the other the participants in this collab, all the other ladies, because their work is fantastic. All right, y'all, we'll see you next Halloween. Thanks so much for watching.